going on, guys? It's Nick from Loud Outdoors. I'm gonna do something a little different today. It's not gonna be a shooting video or a discussion about firearms. I'm not gonna be out fishing. This is gonna be somewhat of a fishing video, but I ordered a box of Jigheads from Amazon from Bombite. It's B-O-M-B-I-T-E, I think it is. They were like, I think $14, $15, something like that. And I thought, I'm just gonna give them a shot because they look good. They look real good. So this is the box. I'm gonna do a little unopening and I'm gonna tie up a couple of them, just, you know, on my vise. That way I can kind of see if they're actually halfway decent or if they're just total crap. But I figured 40 Jigheads, and these are 1/8. I got 1/8, and then Monday, this is Saturday, but Monday, 1/16 are coming to be able to throw them an ultralight for like bluegill and some smallmouth and stuff like that. I got the 1/8 because it's got a little bit different size hook. I believe it's a number 2 hook, more largemouth, and some of the bigger green sunfish out at Thor. But I figured I'd just take a look at this, see if it's actually worth the money. Number one thing, of course, is you got your little carrying case. Sometimes on Amazon, whenever you see stuff, it looks good on Amazon, and then you wonder if it's going to actually be decent when you get it in. But I ordered these just on a whim because I thought, well, they look really good especially for the price. And then I saw the 1/16 and I thought, and they're in like a slightly different color. I think they come in like a white, a black, a red, and a green, I believe. But these are kind of multicolored, like the, I'll show a better close-up whenever I go to tie here in a minute, but I don't know if you can tell, but these actually look very, very good. I'm actually surprised. They match the eye color to the Jighead. Like the green has a bluish green eye, the orange, kind of tequila sunrise looking, kind of orange and pink and yellow, has like a reddish pink eye, and then the green has the, like chartreuse has a gold eye, and then you've got like a orange and yellow that has a green eye, and then a purple and pink that has a green and a like a yellowish and a pink eye. But they're actually very decent looking. I don't know if this is going to pick up in this video. I'll make sure it does in my time part of this video. But it comes in a little deal. Yes, it's Bombite, making fishing fun. They are made in China. Not much it's not like, you know, anymore. But let's see what we got here, man. These actually look really, really freaking good. But they're sickle hooks. These are sickle hooks. And the other ones, I can't remember. I think I ordered round hooks, but I may have ordered sickle hooks on them too. But good night. That's actually a really good looking Jighead. Oh yeah. Yeah, they're sharp hooks. This is what you got. I don't know if that's gonna pick up or not, but that's pretty decent. That is very decent. And then you got the orange. I'll probably tie one of each color. There's an orange and yellow. And then you've got a purple and pink. And then you got a pink and yellow. You know, these are more crappie jigs, but I'm gonna tie them up like bass jigs. I couldn't care less. A bass-like color. And then you got green. This is probably my favorite one. It's a green and blue head with a blue eye. I don't know. I'm hoping that's coming up clear. If it doesn't, it will in the video I'm fixing to make. The way I tie my jigs, you got your hook keeper here, which is just one little bar not attached to your actual hook, and actually break that off and then tie to the rest of the shank, and that's going to be decent. feel fairly light. I think these are 1/8. Pretty sure they're 1/8. But these will actually throw really well on my ultralight too. I guarantee it. But see, I'll tie all natural fibers and feathers, hair, stuff like that. And well, some of it will be synthetic, but you know, some of it will be natural, and make it actually look pretty decent. So this is going to be cool. This is going to be fun. All right, $14, man. I'm very happy with that. That's decent. All right, now on the vise. All right, this is what we're going to be working with. You got Bombite baits. Make fishing fun. And let me tell you, these daggum things look good, guys. Let's see if I can open this one-handed. It's a pretty decent little box, to be honest. But you've got these Jigheads right here. You got pink and blue, like a tequila sunrise, a chartreuse and green, and then a pink and yellow, and a green. And the green has like a blue head on the front. I don't know if you can tell that. Let me pull one of these out. But I really like these green heads like this. That'd look good with black. That's got like a blue little tin on the top, and then you got a blue eye. But each one is kind of color coded to the eyes, and they're good reflective eyes. These are good jig heads. I'm very happy with the money I spent, I will say that. Alright guys, we're back on the vise. I watched the video, I was editing all this together, and I realized what I had on my shirt, you could not hardly even see the jig. So I switched to a black shirt. Maybe that'll be a better background for y'all to actually see the jig. And we're going to start off with a little funky one here. Little tequila sunrise type colored jig head. I'm going to go with black thread. If you want to know how to start tying flies, just let me know. I can put some videos out like that. Once you get going, it's fairly simple. Just get some cheap stuff to work with off Amazon or from a fly shop. And then whenever you actually start producing decent jigs or flies or whatever, go to your local fly shop. That's all I can say about that. I like supporting local fly shops. I don't like ordering a bunch of the material and stuff off Amazon, because local fly shops are a dying breed, guys. So we need to keep them going. But I'm gonna type a few of these. I've got two colors. I've got the tequila sunrise, and then I've got a green. I'll do a little, so even my white beard, it gets in the way. But I'll do a video on both of them real quick and just kind of show how I would tie it, and go from there. If y'all like this, let me know. I can do more of these. I enjoy doing these, especially in this kind of heat. Its heat index is like 109, I believe. And it probably will be at least that, if not more, for the rest of the summer. So this is kind of what I do. I resupply my jigs and my flies in the dead heat of summer, because I don't like getting out in that kind of heat. Had a heat stroke about 14 years ago, and not heat exhaustion. I actually had a heat stroke, so I don't deal with heat very good. Whenever you're ripping your feathers off your marabou, whenever you've got see the little, I've ripped most of them off, but see the little straight fibers, you want to get rid of those. Rip them off. Don't cut them. You want them kind of jagged, but rip most of those off, because you want the bushiness. You don't necessarily just want those tips. So you get that in there, and then you've got this nice flared out, funky looking mess of goodness. How's that going to look? Maybe a little bit shorter. Alright, we'll go right there. We'll go right there, tie that in. I always tie a couple loose wraps. That way I can actually reposition it, and then I'll wrap up to the head with a couple loose wraps, wrap it around, seal it in decent, wrap back around, whack this off,
not in a good way. And then you can kind of proportion your marabou how exactly you want it on there, and then on the way back down you lock it all back in and you do more tight wraps than before. So you get about like that, whittle that little hair out from around there. That'll look funky. Of course, that'll all be crowded up. You just got to make sure. I'm tying on a Renzetti Traveler. I love the Travelers. I've had numerous vices over the years, but the Renzettis are just buttery smooth. They don't wear out. I absolutely love them. So we got that. That's our marabou tail. And if you want to know exactly what I'm using, just let me know. I can actually put that in the comments too. I just want to kind of do a video like this, see if anybody's actually interested in it. But we've got some orange chenille right here, and it's got a little bit of green flake. I don't know if you can tell that by this, but it's got a little bit of like greenish chartreuse flake. And I'm gonna tie it in right here. So that should go good with that little tequila sunrise head. I like that. I like this head, especially for crappie, but this will be pretty daggone good for some small largemouth too. So that's what I'm going for. Right back around one more time. Get us a white feather tied in here. We're going to use this as some hackle, just kind of spruce it up a little bit. Make it a little bit different, you know. So we get that in there. I was wanting to be a little punk there for a second, but we got her. And just kind of ease it all up, tighten it all up. It's kind of rough image of how I normally do it. I normally take my time a little bit more, but I know these videos can drag out on stuff like this, so I don't want to do that to you guys. If it'll stay somewhat anyway. Nope, pops right out. That's about what I figured. But that's alright. The hook in. There we go. Now we're cooking. And you'll just wrap it on down. Finish up at the head. I'd say about right there. Wrap one time, seal it in, wrap back around. Wrap it in twice. And wrap it in once. And be golden. I'll save that one for another day. Then we'll have this. I normally do this on, I don't use my rotary tool for this. I just kind of feather it down because I want it to be a little exactly how I want it, you know? Just a little segmented, but I want to make sure I get some of this fuzzy, the fuzzy fibers here at the end. Shoot. I want to get some of the fuzzy fibers here at the end because I like that coming up over the head personally. Just wrapped up in a line. And that's where we're at right there. Alright, so then you're going to take that. There's tools to hold these feathers on. I don't ever use them. Probably should make it easier, but I don't. So, they're called hackle pliers, but I've got a pair in my drawer right now, but I just don't use them for whatever reason. And then nip this right off of the stem. You want to make sure you cut it off of the stem, but not too short. Pull that out. You're good to go. And then cinch that down real good. Make sure that's in there. You're gonna lick your fingers, brush that back a little bit because you're fixing to have to whip finish, and you don't want to get your feathers all hung up in your head. They can make your head kind of wonky. And you whip finish, a straight good finish. I like this color. These daggum Bombite jig heads look pretty daggum good, if you ask me. I mean, for the money, shoot, you can't beat it. I mean, that's pretty fire. I was using black thread because you got a black pupils in these eyes, and I figured that kind of look halfway decent. So you got I don't remember what color this is. Yeah, it's fluorescent red, marabou tail. You got orange chenille body with white hackle feathers, and then that nice tequila sunrise bloodshot eyes. Bombite jig head. So that's what you got. I'll show a little bit more close up. It's actually going to swim about like that because your actual hook eye is right here. The reason I tie upside down on jigs, if they're going to swim, like this, I tie from the bottom, because anything you're building up in your time, like adding like marabou, or if you're adding these, it's not going to crowd your hook eye, and you leave most of your gap on your hook eye. I mean on your hook bend. So that one's that one. Now we'll go to the second one. Now we're going to do the green and blue. I really am digging these jig heads. The hook bends are sickle hooks, or the hooks are sickle hooks. Get that cranked in there. So that won't move. Do the same as we did before. Get our thread started, put down a base, tie in our line. I normally tie my line in just so it won't, make sure it won't slip to about right there, whack it off, whatever. You can tie it all the way down if you want. You can tie just a little bit. Really doesn't matter too much, honestly. But I always start my stuff at my hook point. Okay, we're going to start off with some black marabou. This is a good piece. That looks pretty fuzzy. Oh, that's because it's two. We'll do this one right here. We'll whack it right there. In just a second, I'll show you my tying area that I use. I bought this. It's an old-fashioned desk. I got an old wooden desk, and I found it on Marketplace. It was exactly what I've been looking for to tie on several years back, and it was local, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna hit this chick up because she was just wanting to get rid of it, and I don't know if it was just in there or what she bought it for, but I thought, well, I'm gonna hit her up and see if I can't get it for a deal. So I hit this girl up, got her down on the price, and I asked her where I could pick it up. And come to find out, she gave me the address, and it was a house I grew up in. It's where she lived. And I thought, you gotta be kidding me, this was just meant to be. All right, see if that's gonna be long enough. Tie that bad boy in right there. I'm not going to go through and talk about all this like I did on the first one because you've already heard all that. So I'll lock that in, flip that off. I'll do this one a little quicker for you guys. Now I'm going to throw in some blue flash. So we got a little bit of blue on that head. So I'm going to tie in just a few strands of this stuff. I'll whip that around there. Make that one about right there. this side. Come up. And then you're going to whack off your fibers at the end. You don't really have to worry about that right now. You can trim all that up at the end of the show. Then we'll go with some straight olive chenille on this one. You can use the package to cut, trim exactly what you need, but I don't like tying with the package. My hands are too big, the packages are too big. I don't like messing with it. It just gets kind of crowded up in there, and so I don't want to, I just don't do it. But that's not saying it's wrong to do. It's just, that's not the way I do it. So there's that. And there's my chenille. We'll go to a piece of black hackle. And this is just, hackle is just chicken feathers, if you don't know. It's basically the neck, like neck hackle. You can get it strung. You can get all different colors. This is one of my favorite colors right here, is the grizzly. Because it's like a breakup, you know, and it looks really, really fishy. So that's one of my favorite colors. You can wipe that off. There's a piece of black hackle we're going to tie in. Got some big hackle, small hackle. I got all kinds of hackle in this bag. This came from the tackle box too. This is actually good hackle. This batch turned out good. I need to get some bigger Ziploc bags for this crap, or else it's just going to get all jacked up. But we'll take the tip, and you can rip the feathers, the fibers off the tip so it'll stick better. You can if you want, you don't have to, whatever you want to do. I tend to just kind of tie it in, to be honest, but whittle that off right there at the head so you get that nipped in real good, and then I'll go back down and make sure it's in there pretty tight. Because you're going to tie forward, so that's going to lock it in right there. And take your chenille and start wrapping. I like big booty on them, so I throw a little bit towards the end, a little bit more than normal, you know what I'm saying? I like a thick booty girl on this, so I double back sometimes. You take your thread, knock that in there. I normally go around twice, once, twice, and back twice, once, and you're good there. And like I said, I don't even use my rotary vise on the hackle. I just lock my rotary vise in and spin it on its own. You get your feathers all kind of janked up, get them pulled out a little bit like that. And these feathers are different than the other that I was just showing you. These right here will be kind of more just kind of all over the place, I guess. That way it looks real buggy, but the other ones are made more for like woolly buggers and stuff like that. These feathers right here are not. They're actually made for something. I don't know if they're made for tail feathers or what they're made for, but miss that one. There we go. Get that dude right around there. Come on now, back. I cut out that little bitty bit right there with a stem on it. And you got some janky feathers coming out there, and that makes it kind of look a little bit more juicy. Create a little bit of a collar there. Cut out that stem. And always make sure you watch where your hook point is, because you don't want I mean your thread point, because you don't want to cut your thread while you're doing that. I've done that 100 times. I've done it 100 times whenever I first got into this crap. And you get it all, you'd be almost done with it, and you're ready to whip finish, and you're getting up in there, and then you end up popping it off. I just nailed that one. Alright, spin this dude around a little bit. Get the bottom side of that one. On the black, if you're tying a black thread, you don't have to be too cautious on where you cut your thread. But on these, I just kind of cut a little bit past the tail feathers. See, I got one straggler right there, and these are about like that. And you can cut these, you don't pull them. You pull them, they'll go all kinds of ape crap crazy, man. But anyway, that one's that one, and that turned out really good. I like that color. I love that color head with that body. But I'll do some close-up pictures just a second. That way y'all can see how it turns out. I hope y'all like this video. Really, actually, I really hope y'all like this video, because I enjoy doing this, and I do this a lot. So if y'all want to see some more pictures, if y'all want tutorials on actually how to start tying your own jigs, you don't have to start out with a Renzetti vise. I started out with my dad's old vise. It's actually right here on my kind of my memorabilia thing. I've got some old antique fly stuff and everything else, but Dad had it, and he just couldn't really get into it. And it was I think a Cabela's vise that was from the 90s, and I used it and tied probably 20 to 30,000 jigs and flies on it, and it worked flawless. It doesn't have the rotary vise, and it's a clip-on to a table. But then I switched over to a Peak 1, and then a silver Renzetti Traveler. Then I went with the black Renzetti Traveler just because I like the black. It's just me. I don't know. But here's my tying station. This is what I've got. I've got all these drawers, all this crap, you know, that can house different stuff. This is a fly that I came up with, which I tie actually on jigs too, like jig heads, to throw my ultralight. You've got all these drawers all the way down. You've got platforms for staging your stuff right there. This light actually has a magnifier on it too. That's what I use for my flies. I bought it off Amazon for, I think it was like 40 bucks or 50 bucks, something like that. This side has a staging side. You got doors all the way down. I mean, it's cool. And yeah, I'm sure y'all have seen these kind of desks. And then whenever you're all done with it and everything, you can slide everything back, and then the top will actually just out of sight, out of mind. You don't have to worry about the hair blowing from the air conditioner and everything else. But let me know if y'all enjoyed that video. I'm gonna get y'all a couple close-up pictures, and hope y'all enjoyed this. Maybe somebody will like it and want to start learning how to tie flies, because I really enjoy it. It's kind of a release after you originally start, because it's a little bit frustrating at first. It's just something that I've grown to love, and it gives the fish something different that they're not used to seeing, and you can just smash the fire out of them. I mean, you know, if you go to a place and they're used to eating worms, or they're used to eating, you know, Cincos or whatever, you know, crankbaits, and then you throw something that's hand tied out there that they've never seen before, they want to get it out of the ecosystem. They don't even care what it is. They just want to eat it and get it out of the ecosystem. So I enjoy it. Hope y'all enjoyed this video. See you guys next time.